Good evening. Bonjour. Dr. Nandini here. Um, and a very, very warm welcome from India. Um, Today's webinar is about recent advances in autism, cerebral palsy, muscular dystrophy, spinal cord injury, and other neurological conditions. We have a dual language presentation, mostly for the French speaking countries. We were expecting to have a translator, however, he has not been able to join as of now. So I apologize for the same, and I hope the translated slides would help you understand uh, the subject better. So as I said, I'm Dr. Nandini. Um, you can remember me as Dr. Nandini. The other, my second name is a long one, so Dr. Nandini is good. And I represent Neurogen Brain and Spine Institute from Navi Mumbai, which is a part of Mumbai in India. This presentation is for awareness, for information, and it is not a consultation. And we acknowledge Stem Cell Africa for arranging this webinar. So why are we here? What is this webinar about? It is about us, it is about our children, it is about the patients that we have for whom treatment options are limited, and we are here to see what best can we do for them. So let's take a child with a neurological condition or a child with autism and understand what is the situation right now. We find a parent find that a child is unable to speak or is aloof, doesn't respond to commands, and then goes to doctors, pediatricians. A lot of assessments happen. Doctor may advise a brain scan or sometimes just clinically assess and diagnose the child or individual to have an autism. The MRI may come out to be normal, then you wonder what's wrong with your child's brain. Child is asked to do rehabilitation therapies, and then those continue, and parents continue to look for what is the problem and what is the solution to find better options. I think our French translator is here. I would give me a minute. I would like to add him and ask him, unmute him if possible, so that he can do the translation. Check. Why are you going on? SCRG. I'm sorry, he hasn't been able to join yet. I'm not sure. I think he has connectivity problems. So, what current treatment paradigms do we have? Okay. So currently, the treatments that we are available for neurological conditions like autism and cerebral palsy, there is no cure. There are no surgical interventions. You can't do operation. There are no medicines, and there is only rehabilitation. So we have limited options. You can do rehab, which is very important, which is the strength on which all the treatment revolves for autism, cerebral palsy, and for intellectual disability. Medicines can help control the fits or seizures, and there is no really surgery as such to improve or to improve the brain condition. However, when you see a brain scan, this is a brain scan or a PET scan. You can see a brain scan. Here you can see all blue areas here. The blue areas indicate a damaged brain, and this damage is correctable. So let's look at how it is correctable. So it is correctable through a combination therapy, cellular therapy or cell therapy, along with rehabilitation therapies such as physiotherapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, special education, aquatic therapy, and cellular therapy. In addition, now we have newer therapies like hyperbaric oxygen therapy and ozone therapy. So, all of this together can help to repair the brain as well as improve the condition of a child. So this is a scan before the treatment, and we can see the blue areas are damaged here. This is before the treatment, and this is 6 months later. The blue indicate low functioning areas or damaged area. The green indicates improvement after cellular therapy or stem cell therapy. That means the brain functioning is improved and the brain is becoming better in functioning after stem cell therapy, so that you can see improvements in the child. So this is similar to, for example, when you have a fracture, you can see fracture here and the fractured bone. What do we do in a fractured bone? Once the bone is fractured, we do not start physiotherapy, right? If you do physiotherapy on a fractured leg, what will happen? The fracture will increase. So what do we need to do? We need to fix this fracture. When the fracture is fixed, then you can do physiotherapy and then you can start walking. Similarly, you need to repair the damaged brain or a fractured brain. And when you repair it with stem cell therapy, then doing the rehabilitation becomes more effective. So then you can see the child improving. So, what was thought earlier, the old thinking was that once the brain is damaged, it is not capable of regeneration or repair. That was an old thought. But the new thought now is that once, if there is a damage, some amount of repair or regeneration is possible with cellular replacement therapy or cell therapy. So, what are the treatments available in modern medicine for neurological conditions or any problem or any ailment or any disease? We know either medicine is available or surgery is available, right? So you know that you can take tablets or you can undergo an operation if you know that is mandated. These are the only two types of treatments that uh, is known conventionally or commonly. But now we have cellular therapy. Cellular therapy is neither a medicine nor a surgery. It is something in between. It is a procedure and it is not a drug, but it is part surgery and part replacement. So, this is a third paradigm which needs to be understood better. So, stem cell therapy is a new science of regeneration which is here today to help improve your condition, to help improve an individual such that he can stand and walk. So, we are going from hopelessness to hopefulness. For a child who has never held his neck, for a child who has never sat, who's never stood, cellular therapy now comes as a positive ray of hope. So now what is stem cells and what are the different types of stem cells? So the different types of cells can be sourced from various uh, different sources. The first is from the embryo. You and I, we were all embryos at one point of time, and this embryo in a mother's womb could be converted into stem cells, and these stem cells are known as embryonic stem cells. The second type is cord blood stem cell. When a child is connected to a mother, when the child is born, what we see is the placenta or cord, and this is also a source of lot of stem cells. The third source that we have is the bone marrow. The bone marrow is there in everybody's body, from in the hip bone. in the leg bone, in the bone of our back. So where blood is formed, you can see bone marrow, and this bone marrow multiplies lifelong, produces new blood. So this is a source for adult stem cells. And the fourth that we have is a newer type known as pluripotent stem cell, which is a designer stem cell. A lot of work is still happening on it. So what exactly are stem cells? These are special cells which are like stem of a tree, and when given proper growth factors and food and water, they give rise to various branches, and these branches give rise to leaves, flowers and fruits. And this is the speciality that they can multiply and become cell from any part of our body. So if these cells are put in our liver, they can help regenerate the liver or stimulate the liver. If put in the heart, it can help heart to function better. If put in the knee, it can help to repair the arthritis, and we are using these cells to improve brain functioning. So they have what is the speciality? They have the capacity to repair, they have the capacity to replace the damaged part and to help regenerate the part which is lost or which is functioning less. This physicist saying, he's saying that in our body there are special cells which have the power to regenerate our own body parts. So that's the promise that we are using. We are using our own bone marrow cells to repair our brain. So how do these special cells work? They multiply. One cell becomes many thousand cells. They have the capacity to convert into other type of cells. So the stem cells, they can become fat cells, they can become muscle cells, they can become nerve cells, they can become heart cells, they can become blood cells. So this is a photograph of a cell which was like this, a stem cell which has become like this. That is, it has become like a nerve cell connecting to each other. They release positive chemicals such as various growth factors, which helps to stimulate the brain to repair and regenerate. Improve blood supply by improving by forming new blood vessels and thereby assisting in healing of the brain. About major type of stem cells I've already spoken, but embryonic stem cells cannot be currently used for treatment purposes. However, cells from the bone marrow are simple, safe, there are no long-term side effects, no tumor formation, and hence can be used in treatment of various problems and disorders. Okay, so again, embryonic stem cells are currently not to be used in treatment. However, bone marrow cells or adult stem cells can be used safely. So why do we choose at Neurogen? We work with adult stem cells because they are safe, no tumor, no rejection, easily obtainable, and no ethical issues. So these cells taken from the bone marrow are used to repair the brain, and where we are injecting the cells here in the back in the spinal fluid, the cells go through the fluid to the brain and help improve the brain functioning. So why are we injecting the cells into the spinal fluid? Because this is a simple process. Okay, it is minimally invasive, means just one needle, no cut, no stitches. Once we put the cells here, they can home on to the site of injury, they can go to the problem areas, and they when we inject the cells in the IV, then the cells get diluted in different parts of our body. But when we put the cells into the spinal fluid, they reach the brain or spine directly. So that's why the effectiveness or efficiency improves. So what is stem cell therapy? Stem cell therapy is a process where the damaged brain is repaired by healthy cells and the brain functioning is improved. So here we have a damaged brain. Here we can see the cells, stem cells reaching there and improving. So the dark blue becomes light blue and green. That means the brain functioning is improved. What is the scientific basis for stem cell therapy? Is it something new? Has it come yesterday? So, no, this is something which has been researched and understood for the last 50 plus years. Way back in 1990, the first Nobel Prize for stem cell was awarded to Dr. Thomas. uh, the second Nobel Prize was awarded in 2007 to Sir Martin Evans, and recently in 2012, uh, again, two scientists were awarded the Nobel Prize for research in stem cells. What is the scientific basis of the work that is done in Neurogen? Neurogen in India is also has a lot of scientific research experience. Last 12 years since we have started functioning, and even before that, a lot of work is happening. And we do publish all these papers in scientific journals. We have 101 scientific articles in national and international peer reviewed journals. So 16 in autism, 15 in cerebral palsy, 18 in muscular dystrophy, 9 in spinal cord injury and brain stroke. So these scientific articles basically um, ensure our credibility that whatever work we are doing is discussed and reviewed by various scientists all over the world. So these are certain book chapters that we have written. We have been invited to write in various books. This is a book on recent advances in autism, where we have written a chapter on stem cell therapy in autism spectrum disorder. A book on cerebral palsy, we have written a chapter on stem cell therapy for cerebral palsy. So these are various textbooks which are being referred to by various by people who want to know about these conditions. This is another chapter: physical disability, muscular dystrophy. Even government of India at the highest level supports stem cells. This is our Prime Minister who went to meet the Nobel Prize winner Professor Yamanaka in Japan, and has initiated the start of an institute in another city in India for the research on stem cells. This is our Prime Minister to whom Professor Dr. Alok Sharma is presenting the book that we have written on neurological conditions. So how is the treatment done? So this is about the background. Let us look at how the treatment is done. It is simple, it is safe. It's a simple procedure, one needle in the hip bone from where the bone marrow is being removed. You can see a thin needle and the stem cell separation happening in the laboratory, and then injection using one thin needle. So it's just two needles and no cuts and no stitches. So this is a process under sedation or general anesthesia. Video is not playing. 3 steps every one. Okay. So let me show you the picture. This is the needle where the bone marrow, which is red in color, is being aspirated. Then in the laboratory, it is being processed. You can see the stem cells. This is a red bone marrow, which is a raw material, and here is a separated bunch of cells, which will be counted and then injected into the spinal fluid. So does the lot of questions that they have, does anesthesia pose any risk? No. It's a very short anesthesia. No dangerous gases like nitrous oxide is used. Very simple, safe anesthesia. So let's look at autism spectrum disorder. Why is it important to know, and what is the role of stem cell therapy? In autism, there is an increased prevalence. The number is increasing. Almost 70 million of individuals are suffering from autism spectrum disorder in the world. 1 in 59 is the current prevalence. So, what is autism? Autism is a neurodevelopmental condition, and it is being seen to occur more in males as compared to females. The reason is not yet clearly known. It is a spectrum, so it can be mild, moderate, or severe. What are the main problems? Three main problems: lack of social interaction, altered communication, and repeated behavior and rigid behavior. So, what is new? What is new that we are understanding? Understanding autism in a different light, as well as stem cell therapy. So, let us look at what do we know more about autism. We earlier it was thought that autism is a psychiatric condition. However, now we know it is a neurodevelopmental problem. That means that the brain development is affected, and that has been seen by brain imaging. Earlier, it was thought that autism is a static disorder, that once it happens, it remains as it is. But we have seen, as well as a lot of, again, brain imaging data shows that with age, the brain functioning in autism may again go down or become worse. Again, earlier it was thought that there's no information on brain structure, but now we know that there is a problem in the brain size, or certain parts of the brain size of certain parts of the brain, as well as brain functioning. So what is the fundamental problem? Is a lot of parents with autism do wonder what is wrong, what is happening. So let us look at the causes. What could be the reasons? There are genetic factors and there are environmental factors. Environmental factors could be prenatal or antenatal causes. There can be a dysfunction in the intestine which could stimulate or which could aggravate the autism. Exposure to toxic metals could also stimulate delayed brain development or lead to delayed brain development when a child is exposed very early in childhood when the brain is still developing. And use of mobile phones is one of the factors which is suggested could cause or could aggravate the autism. Prenatal and antenatal causes like infection in the mother, depression, the mother, PCOD in mother, that is, it's a hormonal problem, as well as a nutritional deficiency in mother. A father who is older, over 40 years, may will have possibility of a child with a brain disorder, much more possibility. Children may also suffer from gastrointestinal problems. There could be problem in absorption of various nutrients, which could lead to cognition issue. Constipation may also be a problem. Exposure to electromagnetic radiation of the phone when the child is in the mother's womb. There are various studies, but this is of course still controversial. We don't know for sure that that is one of the reasons, but generally autism is multifactorial. Toxic compounds like lead toxicity could cause problem in brain development. It has been seen. Mercury poisoning again could contribute to delayed brain development. Aluminum poisoning. Vaccine associated ASD was a theory which was proposed in 1998. However, this theory has been refuted. It has been shown that this is not correct. and that MMR vaccine or any other vaccine does not cause autism. There have been more than 25 articles. Now, what exactly happens in the brain with autism? This is something most parents want to know, and a lot of research done in Neurogen. With that, we have been able to identify which areas are affected. You can see the brain here. The blue areas are the areas which are functioning less. These are the areas which are affected in a child with autism. These areas are known as hippocampus, amygdala, the medial temporal lobe, the cerebellum. These areas are connected to speech or articulation, fine motor activity, balance and coordination, understanding, learning, as well as social reciprocity or emotional expression. So these are the areas which are affected in a child with autism, and they correlate very well with the problems in a child with autism. So this is a original article published by Neurogen, which shows the following. You can see this graph. The blue area, blue graph is a normal developing brain, and the orange is a brain of a child with autism. You can see a normal developing brain develops very fast till age of 10 years. After that, there is growth, but it is slower. A child with autism may have more activity early on, but with age, the brain development or brain functioning is reducing. So you can see that as the age increases, the gap between a normal child and a autistic brain increases. And this is what we see in many children. Any intervention, may it be rehabilitation like occupational therapy, speech therapy, and behavioral counseling, and stem cell therapy or other advanced treatments, if done earlier, will help to improve the child faster because the gap is lesser. That's why earlier the treatment, better the result. So, what do we have to correct this problem? We have a multidisciplinary approach, various rehabilitation measures, along with hyperbaric oxygen chelation, neurofeedback, aquatic, and stem cell therapy. So, all these treatments need to work together to be able to help a child improve to the best of his or her potential. So, various therapeutic modalities like applied behavior analysis as well as occupational therapy, all of these are important. Sensory integration, these are therapies you must already be familiar with and must be doing. Very important to stimulate or to train the brain. Speech and language therapy and physiotherapy for motor impairments, aquatic therapy in water, art based therapy. All of these are important. Hyperbaric therapy, oxygen therapy, I'll be talking a little bit more at the end of the webinar. Neurofeedback, removal of heavy metals in case there is toxicity. These are all neurotherapy supplementations, diet and nutrition. So in diet, very important, do not have refined sugar. So don't give your child too much sugar, too much additives. Try organic food, try food rich in vitamins and lot of roughage, and give lot of probiotics and prebiotics. So this will help to improve the GI support as well as improve absorption of nutrients. So, with all of this, is it enough? Are we doing everything possible for our child to be able to improve? Is there anything else that we can do? So, all these treatments which I have mentioned earlier help the brain from outside. but still the problem in the brain remains. So, what can we do to improve the functioning of the brain from inside? And that's where the role of stem cell therapy comes. So, let us see what are the results of stem cell therapy in children with autism. We have treated over 2,500 children with autism. This is a rough data of about 700 individuals where there is a 90% result, with 25% showing mild improvement, 29% showing moderate, and 33% showing significant improvement. We see an improvement in emotional response in various factors. I will show some videos where you will get a good understanding. We see hyperactivity reduce, understanding improve, emotions becoming better, behaviors improving, learning comprehension, speech and language, eye contact, all of this improving holistically in these children. The first ever publication in the world which showed that stem cell therapy helps in autism came from Neurogen, and this is a data of which was published was a data of 32 children, where it was seen that in all the problem areas there was improvement. This is the second publication which came much more recently in 2019, where published a data of 254 individuals and found improvement in all these different areas which I mentioned. We will see some videos to understand this better. We found that younger the age, better the result. Improvement is seen in mild as well as moderate individuals. You can see less than 5 years, the improvement possibility or success rate is almost 98%. In between 5 to 10 years, success rate is 95%. Above 10 years, the success rate goes down to 90. So earlier we treat, better the results. Both in male and female, results are almost equal. And earlier you treat after diagnosis, better the results. PET scan, this is a brain scan which I showed you earlier. You can see this is the brain, and the blue areas are the damaged part of the brain. The damaged areas before the treatment and after the treatment. So you can see improvement, or blue areas are reduced and green is improved. So the brain is functioning better. So you can see here, there's a translation in French. I'm just going to keep it for a few seconds here for your understanding. The dark blue indicate damage, and that damage has reduced. So the blue has reduced and green has increased, indicates better brain functioning. Another example, you can see again before the treatment, before stem cell, the blue areas, and after stem cell you can see that the green is much more. So active brain is seen more after 6 months after stem cell therapy. Again, you can see here the blue areas, the damage is reduced after 6 months. The blue area, the damage is reduced. So this is a child's brain, first treatment, second treatment, and before third treatment. So you can see that the blue area is slowly reducing, and even the yellow areas is reducing. So green is improving. These are different scientific publications. The first from India, that is from Neurogen, second from China, third from Italy, fourth and fifth from US. So we are pioneers in studying autism and showing the way ahead for cellular therapy in autism. 16 different articles in autism. You can do all different treatments with stem cell therapy without any issues. So let's see a few examples of children with autism from different continents who have come to India, from US, from UK, from Asia, from Africa, and from Australia. Videos are not playing. Amrita. Oh, नहीं. एक minute. It is. Sorry, there's a technical issue. I didn't check. Check here, ma'am. Why it isn't happening? Some technical issue. Please bear with me for a minute. None of the videos are playing. एक भी चल रहा है. So this is a child from India, where you can see this is a child who is now 17, 18 years old, and he came to us when he was 11 years old. He is now completely independent like any other teenage child. He had a lot of aggressive behavior. This child is now, you can see, teaching other children with hearing issues. His social interaction has improved, his comprehension, puzzle solving skill. He is now past 10th grade and 12th grade. Is helps at home, goes to a shop, can buy grocery on his own. His mother is actually telling him that he has to go and buy grocery, and he is doing grocery shopping, and he has learned to cook as well. So this is a child with autism we have followed for now 7 to 8 years, and who is doing well with no side effects. This is a child from Kenya who came to us. He was 13 years old. He was extremely hyperactive, violent when he came to us. Now he is calmed down. He can do fine motor activity. He socializes. He goes to a school. Earlier, he was not able to go to school. Oromotors have improved. Speech is now started, and he is going towards independence. He's much better. He was a extremely difficult child. He can do swimming, he can do cycling. All of these activities he's started doing after the age of 13. Now this child is about 18 years old.
We went to different doctors, we went to different hospitals, and when I brought something, they were like, oh, no, 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 don't worry, it's because they are boys, they are triplets, they were premature. I would be walking out and I'm like, bye. No child is mine, no child is waving back bye. And by then, for sure, I knew that they should be doing that. Children had this behavior of disappearing. In fact, Eric disappeared 3 times in the middle of the night. The biting, the spitting, the scratching. How are we going to stop this? We went to see the neurologist, and in 5 minutes, he said these children are autistic.
As parents, it was very traumatizing. First of all, we didn't understand what autism is.
So I decided to really get to read a lot about autism. I remember the first time I read about stem cell. I was like, wow, this is really good.
We had a lot of questions which we asked, and we got very clear answers from Dr. Sharma.
The day of the stem cell itself came. Actually, I was a bit anxious, of course, but really I didn't have fear, a bit of apprehension, anxiety, of course, as a mother, but I knew the importance.
We put a needle in this pelvic bone and then we take out the bone marrow, which is the fluid inside the bone. The pure stem cells, once they are ready, a thin needle is inserted into the lower back. We inject cells into the cerebrospinal fluid. It flows all the way up to the brain.
Things that would have taken probably years to be accomplished in my sons, in like 8 months' time, we've really been able to come very far.
They used to defecate on their clothes, but now they can use the toilets. We've seen a lot of improvement in terms of spitting. The tantrums have reduced. Sleeping used to be a problem before, but at the moment, he's taken to his bed, takes a few minutes, and he's asleep.
You see my son's cycle. You try to make them understand what it is to pedal, and they couldn't. But after stem cell, when we arrived in Kenya, the following day, they went out, and these guys will cycle. I'm going to send you to buy tomato paste, okay? I'm going to send you to buy what? In the shop. Where is the shop?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to give you for what?
So this is a story of triplets from Kenya. And you can see amazing improvements in these children.
You really think stem cell works? And I'm like, I can see changes, I can touch, I can feel, I can smell. Of course, for me, stem cell works. I'll do it until my children get well.
So you can see a journey of a mother with 3 children. And so, if it works for her, it will work for others too. So this is just an example. So I'm going to go on to cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy, as you know, is when a child has severe damage to the brain due to either problem before, during, or after birth due to lack of oxygen. So the cerebral palsy can be of different types depending on where the damage is. So it can be, one side of the body can be damaged, only lower limb can be damaged, or the whole body can be damaged. Or the whole body can be, or the whole brain can be damaged, so that the whole body is affected. So depending on where the damage is, you can see the scan here, all this dark part is damaged. This is severe damage to the brain. So the child may have difficulty in standing and walking, neck holding, and maybe breathing issues as well. Can have severe contractures. So these are severe physical issues. And what is the treatment so far? It can be medical management like medicines, can be surgery, surgical treatment to lengthen the very tight muscles or tendons, or exercise and rehabilitation and Botox. But again, nothing really improves the brain functioning, and stem cell therapy helps to address that. So again, in cerebral palsy, we find about 90% is the success rate. And we have seen 91% of the children showing improvement in different ways. I will show some videos. I can see neck holding, sitting, balance improves, muscle tone improves, standing, walking improves. Let us look at some videos. This is some published data, unpublished data of 260 patients where we see this. So let me directly go to the videos. This is a brain scan. You can see blue areas are severely damaged And after the treatment, 6 months later, the blue areas have become green. So that's where the brain functioning is improved. This is objective improvement. So this is a published literature, and these are all our publications in cerebral palsy. Let's look at some videos. This is a child who was 2 years old who came to us, who had no neck holding, no sitting, no trunk, and after the treatment, he was able to crawl. You can say before he was crying and he had no trunk control. You can see the child crawling with minimal support. Then you can see before and later the balance is so much better. He doesn't need any support. He can sit independently. Then he can stand by himself. A child who could not even support his neck and then walking. So this happened in about 1 year. So this is a child who came from Nigeria. He had severe brain damage with due to jaundice. It is known as kernicterus. So he had problem controlling his body, as well as he had cognition issue. You can see that he is now in 1 month able to. Earlier he would just not be able to control his body at all before the treatment, and then now you can see that he's getting up by himself and he's sitting by himself. So this was achieved after stem cell therapy in 1 month. Before he would topple down, you can see here before he topple, now he can sit. Then his trunk control has improved, his hand function improved, his ability to, you can see that earlier he needed this weighted cuffs. This is he's weighed down, but now you can see much more better, such good control. And using hands to simulate having a bath. So this is the improvement that this child showed after stem cell therapy. This is a child from Kenya who came to us when he was 14 years old, quadriplegic cerebral palsy, was on wheelchair when he came to us. With stem cell therapy, we taught him how, after his body became looser, is able to wear his shirt, fill his bag. You can see the improvement yourself. Go to the fridge, open it, drink by himself. Hand function was a problem. He is past 10th standard. You can see he was barely able to stand. Now he's able to walk independently. So this is a 14-year-old child, but he worked a lot after the stem cell treatment. He did a lot of physiotherapy. So these are a few examples. Now let's look at intellectual disability or problem in brain functioning leading to cognitive issues or mental retardation. So you can see that the intellectual disability leads to global capacity of the individual to be able to function, affects functioning as well as affects independence. You can see different areas. These are the blue areas which are affected or functioning less. Okay, these are the damaged parts of a brain of an individual with intellectual disability. So in intellectual disability, we find 84 to 85% success rate, with different individuals having different improvement. 39% showing mild improvement, 25% showing moderate, and 20% showing significant improvement. Understanding, cognition, memory improves. We can train them better. Toilet training is possible. Independent living is possible. You can see the damage. The blue areas are damaged. This is before the treatment, and this is after the treatment. So before the treatment, blue has now become green, so brain is more active. This is a publication that we have. You can see before the blue areas, you can see a lot of damage. Green means completely active brain. Here again, there are different scans, and these are all our publications. on intellectual disability. This is an 18-year-old girl. Before had problem with grip. She had problem with sitting tolerance. She would get very irritated. Now she sits quietly and does various activities. For 18 years, she was not trainable, and now she is able to follow commands. Her aggressiveness has reduced. She's able to follow simple commands, able to do fine motor activity much better. She takes interest in performing various activities. So basically, these children become more trainable. This is a 26-year-old girl with intellectual disability or mental retardation who improved a lot after the stem cell therapy. This is an Indian girl. She had problem with hand-eye coordination. She had problem with simple activities. Even motor function was affected. Her understanding improved. Her rhythm sense improved. She started doing things with more concentration. So, concentration, improved comprehension, understanding of stories, and communication and discussion, how to talk has improved. Earlier, she used to talk very, very fast. Awareness became better, her understanding, so now she can cook at home, she can basically uh, play a instrument known as sitar, which is a very difficult instrument in India, from India. So that you will be showing seeing her, she can do uh, a dance form known as Bharatnatyam very well. So her overall coordination, understanding, everything has improved. So this is her performing on the screen, on the stage. Muscular dystrophy, another condition, and muscles continue to deteriorate, and these children or individuals, they stop walking very early. You can see muscle at the age of 5 years and then muscle deteriorating. So, muscular dystrophy is a very progressive condition where individuals or children may die at the age between the age of 15 to 20 in certain muscular dystrophies. And here we are able to stop the deterioration and show improvement in about 85 to 90% of these patients. So, basically, here it becomes a life saving treatment. So the main focus here is to uh, basically stop deterioration. This is a boy, I'm sorry, came from Kenya. He had difficulty in climbing stairs, walking. He came to us when he was 7 or 8 years old. We've been able to keep him walking almost till 11 and 12 years of age, which is generally the age when children stop walking. So this child improved in all functions. His muscle deterioration slowed down, not stopped. And as we delay complications, we can improve or improve survival as well. This is a child from Slovenia, 4 years of age, uh, from Western Europe. And when he came to us, he had difficulty in, you can see the difficulty in walking. No, sorry. Down syndrome. Let's have a look at Down syndrome. You know what Down syndrome is. Basically, this is again a chromosomal disorder where brain development as well as development of many parts of the body get affected. You must have seen children with problem not only in brain development and problem in GI tract, in the heart. There could be a hole in the heart. There can be problem of the muscles as well as the bone. There is no cure for this at and stem cell helps to improve the brain functioning in such children. You can see again blue areas and improvement to green, that is improvement in the brain functioning. So 12 months, about 6 months to 12 months after the procedure, you can see improvement in brain functioning. This is a child who came to us at 8 years of age, and who main problem was of course fine motor activity, speech and understanding. His understanding improved. He was able to understand size, colors, which was not possible earlier. His speech clarity was not there. He could not go to school. Now he goes to a regular school with shadow teacher. Shape recognition has improved. As I said, his color recognition has improved, and sorting is improved. He follows commands. Now he knows how to go and fetch a glass of water and drink. He started drawing and coloring within the frame. He can go and drink water on his own. So a lot of improvements in functional work. Matching skill has improved. So these are improvement in less than 3 months, which were not possible in 7 to 8 months. His tongue movement, lip movement, and he can do his own dressing. He can speak more clearly. He can wear his clothes, and motor function or climbing up and down the stairs is much more easier, which was difficult earlier. This is a 23-year-old Down syndrome who was very aggressive, who had no skills at all. Her fine motor skill improved, her understanding improved, taking care of herself, combing her hair, helping her mother in the kitchen, even speech, and now she's learning to sing. So this is the improvement at the age of 23 that she has got. So we find that younger the children, if we get the children at a younger age, these children improve very well. So this individual had not even learned numbers. Now she's able to trace and write numbers. So this was about Down syndrome, spinal cord injury. Again, if there is damage to the spinal cord, these individuals can also be helped. We will see a video. These are all our publications in spinal cord injury patients. So this is a soldier from Indian Army who was 26 years old and was shot by terrorists and was completely bedridden when he came to us. Then with the stem cell therapy and rehabilitation, he improved in sitting. He was able to do transfers. Though there was no movement in the legs, we were able to make him wheelchair independent. Slowly he is able to shift into the car now. He's able to stand with support and walk with support, climb stair with support, and he has gone back to shooting. He got the bravery award from the president of our country. So uh, this is an individual whom we are very proud to have been able to rehabilitate completely. There's another 27-year-old spinal cord injury. You can see that slowly there's an improvement. Earlier he could barely turn. He was waist down, paralyzed. Now he's able to turn very fast. He's able to get up very fast. He's able to move on all fours very fast. So there is an improvement in his trunk as well as hip movement. He was barely able to sit. Now he's able to stand. This is how we progressed, standing and hopping first. He is able to hop, and then slowly, uh, earlier he needed help to shift in the wheelchair. Now he's able to stand with very little support. Earlier with he needed a bigger support. Now he needs a lower walker, and he's able to he's, he was completely wheelchair bound earlier. Now he's able to walk with support. So this is the changes that happened over a period of 6 months. This he continued to do exercise at home, and he is able to now walk with support. Brain stroke or paralysis. We can also help patients with paralysis, where in 90% of cases. So we find that paralysis now occurs in younger patients also, in 20-25-year-olds also, and completely debilitated, and the life stops. So here we are able to help them go back to some kind of a normal life. You can see the severe brain damage before, and then later the blue areas, dark blue areas, have improved in functioning. These are all our scientific publications. Head injury, again, if there's an accident and there is brain damage, we have seen good results in head injury patients also. Sorry, I'm going to go. You can see the damage here, the blue areas, and you can see an improvement. These are various publications. This is a video of a young boy, 18-year-old, who fell down from a train and injured his brain, was in coma for a few months. When he came out, he was almost like an animal, shouting, and even exercise was not possible. Uh, with stem cell therapy, he is much more calmer. He is able to, you can see earlier and now, much more calmer. Then he is able to use his hands better. Understanding has improved. He can be made to walk with two person support. So a lot of improvement in a individual with brain damage, with good rehabilitation after stem cell therapy. So you can see he's using his hand to eat. You'll see that he's able to count, and he's able to chew better. He's able to tell 1, 2, 3, 4. He's counting numbers. He's telling his body parts, and he's using the mobile phone. Earlier, you can see he was so difficult to manage, and now here, with very little support, he's able to stand and also put his foot ahead. Motor neuron disease, another condition where the problem continues to increase. You can see the green graph is that of an individual who has not got stem cell treatment, and blue is that of those who have got stem cell, and it is the deterioration is slowed down. So, what are the complications after stem cell therapy? There are no major complications, uh, no major adverse events. Few patients who have history of fits or seizures may get 3% of them may get seizures after the treatment. There can be a headache which may last for 3 to 4 days only, and some pain which can be taken care of by the painkiller. This is Neurogen Brain and Spine Institute. All of you are welcome to come here and visit us. We have treated over 10,000 patients from 70 different countries. This is all therapies under one roof near a very beautiful lake. This is our operation theater, a state-of-art operation theater. This is a state-of-art stem cell laboratory. This is where the patients stay. All rehabilitation under one roof. It's a teamwork. You will see the teamwork of stem cell with rehabilitation. So this is a physiotherapy unit, occupational therapy unit, Autism Child Development Center, aquatic therapy, exercise in water, especially for spinal cord injury patients, walking, sensory integration for autism patients, occupational therapy, speech therapy, special education, art therapy, and play therapy. So these are all our books. This is a core team. Our certifications. and our awards. There's some national and international awards. So how do you reach us? You can reach us at contact@neurogenbsi.com or call us at 9920 200 400. Then we can set up a virtual consultation. We can appoint a coordinator who will be your point of contact. The treatment is a 7-day treatment, Sunday to Saturday. Sunday, when you come, we do the blood workup and assessments. Monday are the brain scans. Tuesday is the actual stem cell therapy procedure, followed by rehabilitation, Wednesday to Saturday. And Saturday by afternoon or evening, you are ready to go back home. What are newer therapies where we can help those with neurological problems and those who do not have problems right now, but we can help prevent the various disorders like diabetes, obesity, menopause, osteoarthritis, any neuro condition, cancer palliation. So these are various different therapies, a little bit about them. I hope you are able to understand. This is hyperbaric oxygen therapy. You can see a chamber here and an individual, if it's a child with the parents go inside it and in 100% oxygen is pushed in the chamber at slightly higher atmospheric pressure and the whole body and the different cells as well as the plasma is flooded with oxygen, and that increases the capacity of the body to regenerate and repair. So these are various publications which talk about improving muscle related exercise related injury, how autism could also be helped, though all do not agree about it. There is low pressure hyperbaric oxygen, there is high pressure oxygen, then there's ozone therapy here, which uses oxygen, converts it into O3, which is a versatile gas which improves our immunity. Gut cleansing, this is for adults where all our gut can be cleansed of all the toxic stuff which is collected there so that our body can absorb nutrients better. Whole body cryotherapy. This helps to reduce pains, joint pains. A body is subjected to extremely cooled environment. Infrared sauna. Again, this is a detox method. Intravenous vitamins and deep tissue pressure. All these together are also available. So in conclusion, adult stem cell may be considered as safe and effective treatment option for autism, cerebral palsy, and other pediatric as well as other neurological conditions.
Scientists believe these tiny cells may have the potential to help us understand and possibly cure some of our most devastating diseases and conditions, to regenerate the severed spinal cord and lift someone from a wheelchair, to spur insulin production and spare a child from a lifetime of needles, to treat Parkinson's, cancer, heart disease, and others that affect millions of Americans and the people who love them. Today, with the executive order I am about to sign, we will bring the change that so many scientists and researchers, doctors and innovators, patients and loved ones have hoped for and fought for these past 8 years. We will lift the ban on federal funding for promising embryonic stem cell research.
So with this very inspiring message by ex-president of USA, Barack Obama, so there is no finish line.
Scientists believe these tiny cells may have the... Today, with the executive order...
So he's saying there is no finish line in the work of science, and that in the same way there is no finish line in our work. All we are hoping for and aiming for is to help children and individuals with neurological problems to improve in their quality of life with a comprehensive treatment of stem cell and rehabilitation with integrative therapies. So I hope, in spite of the fact that there wasn't much translation, that you were able to understand and get an understanding of the treatment processes that are available for your children. Thank you, and you may. I'm happy to answer questions. Question answers, ma'am? No questions.
Let's wait.
Kate, if you could put in a message, or should I unmute Kate? Kate, we have unmuted you. हाँ, muted दिख रहा है.
Unmute yourself.
Kate, you can unmute yourself and ask the audience to ask questions. एक question आया है. Kate,
Yes, Dr. Nandini.
you can translate and ask. Yes, we can have online consultation with the doctor. Yes, Mr. Anonymous attendee, you need to let us know who you are and we can have a consultation definitely. Zainab is asking, do you have treatment for intentional tremors? Zainab, we'll need to evaluate what is the cause of these tremors. If there is an organic problem in the brain, then we should be able to help, but we need to understand what exactly the cause is. Agape, is a new therapy included in the package of treatment? Yes, it is. The initial part for that, in that 1 week, there would be, if the child or individual is a candidate, because first we have to exclude possible issues, then yes, ozone therapy and hyperbaric oxygen would be included in the package. What the child or individual requires will be included in the 1 week treatment. Do we treat patients with Sjogren's syndrome? Not with stem cell therapy, but we could consider what I spoke to you about, the integrative therapies. You can send in your query and we will see how we can help your patient. Vivian, is online consultation free? Yes, it is free. Online consultation is free. Are there any procedures to be done before stem cell at Neurogen? We need to have a consultation with any of the doctors, even our junior doctors are available. We need to have the complete health details of the individuals, and then we can fix up an appointment. The coordinator will fix up the appointment. No other procedures currently required. It depends. If Yeah, nothing else. How many stem cell procedure does a child with autism have to undergo? Uh, uh, though for every child, the number of procedures would differ. It would depend on the severity of the problem, age of the patient. So once the individual comes to us, we do a complete clinical evaluation as well as brain scan. And based on that, we could give intelligent guess based on our experience, depending on the condition. So some children may require only one treatment. One treatment will show improvement. The other treatments, if at all required, are more to boost the effect of the second treatment. So if the condition is very severe, maybe 3. If the condition is moderate, maybe 2. Vivian, all you need to do is send us an email at contact@neurogenbsi.com. You are a registered participant, so our Neurogen colleagues or coordinators will get in touch with you and fix up an appointment with you. Sorry. आगे जा रहा है फटाफट, मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा. आई हैव आंसर्ड दिस, प्लीज हेल्प मी गेट. हाँ, केट केट ने क्या बोला? So Kate, I would like clarification. Can stem cell therapy work for mental retardation in 21 years old person? Yes, it could work. We will need, if it is very severe, the percentage of the possibility reduces. However, it is possible. We need to understand the condition better. Can a 20-year-old child who has already undergone neurogen therapy be expected to improve in his speech, even if improvement did not take place during the first therapy? There was a great improvement in understanding. Generally, we do find improvement in understanding. Speech, when there is zero speech, is difficult at the age of 20 or 21. If there is some speech, speech may improve. If the person has hearing problem, then speech will not improve. Can it cure an autoimmune disease by stem cell like rheumatoid arthritis? Um, Stem cell therapy in arthritis is known. We have at Neurogen yet not started stem cell therapy for rheumatoid arthritis. We are still in the process of considering it. No bans at the moment. Can someone just visit? Yes, if you can get a visa, medical visa is important, and medical visa is being given now, and yes, you can visit. For a patient with no seizure history, as per your publication, there is a 9% chance to get seizures. No, somebody, if the EEG is abnormal, then there is a 6% chance. If the EEG is abnormal, and it can be reduced to 2 to 3% by giving anti-epileptic cover. What is the difference between ozone and HBOT? How do I go to it one by one? Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to come. Please. Justine. Kate, can you tell me what Justine has asked? Contact you, communicate in France. You want to be, you want a French. Kate can help you with French communication. Mm, Zanab, how can we get online consult? I missed the phone number and email. Can you say the email again? contact@neurogenbsi.com. You will get an email. You will get an email with all the contact details. Vivian says thank you. Apurva, so Neurogen would only recommend 3 treatment max for an autistic. What is the difference between Apurva? 3 is not the maximum. Very severe children have received, very few of them actually have received a 4th treatment and a 5th treatment as well, but very severe. And after 3, we would like to evaluate how far we have gone and then decide. What is the difference between ozone and HBOT? Ozone is basically oxygen, O2, medical oxygen converted to O3, and that is delivered intravenously, or it can be delivered per rectally, or it can be delivered through ear. It can be given locally if there is a wound. It can be given as a sauna. Once it enters your system, that is into your bloodstream, it divides into O2 and a active molecule O plus, and each of them has differing activity. O2 of course works as oxygen, and O plus works as a germicidal. It kills the unwanted bacteria or virus, or it improves immunity, increases angiogenesis, improves blood supply in various organs. When given rectally, it helps to cleanse the gut of unwanted bacteria. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy is, on the other hand, 100% oxygen delivered externally in a pressurized chamber, and this oxygen dissolves in the plasma and goes to each and every part of our body. Ranga, my son 7-year-old is autistic and not verbal. Does a stem cell therapy help become verbal? Do you have any previous case where kids have become verbal? Yes, there are many kids who have become verbal. Uh, in a 7-year-old non-autistic non-verbal autistic, first you have to understand what the problem is. You have to understand that in autism, verbalization or vocalization is not the only problem. There are a lot of issues in within, that is just not speaking is just tip of the iceberg. So there is a lot of issues such as understanding, comprehension, learning, uh, sensory processing, response to external stimuli, oromotor issues, and no motivation to speak. So first, all of that needs to improve, and then the child will become verbal. There are individuals who or children who do vocalize or do verbalize, but which is nonsensical without any meaning. So it's always better to first improve the understanding, improve receptive language and receptive behavior, and then expression. So yes, there are children, but speech comes the last. It takes longer time to improve. What about Tunisia? Where can my son with autism get stem cell therapy? Zohair, are you saying that you're from Tunisia? You will have to come to India if you need us. Please do get in touch with us. Mr. Ranga, I think I have answered your query. Approximately how much in dollars can the procedure take for a 5-year-old with cerebral palsy? Mr. Biko, one of my colleagues will get in touch with you and answer your queries. The cost details, this is a webinar, cost details will come to you individually. After SCT, Priscilla is asking, can the brain scan show damage has been repaired yet no behavior improvement is noticed on ASD? Uh, it is possible that brain improves and clinically you may not see a lot of improvement. That could be because proper training or rehabilitation has not followed stem cell therapy. So behavior, see, there are a whole lot of issues in ASD. Behavior is one of them. Comprehension, as it improves, the behavior can be changed. The behavioral issues are mostly either because of lack of proper understanding of what is right and what is wrong. So very rarely, but if you do not do proper therapy or training, you may not see improvements. Apurva, what is the difference between getting admitted at Neurogen now based on COVID rules and regulations compared to before where we were picked up from airport? Apurva, similarly, there are no changes. You have to come on a medical visa. You have to apply for exemption of visa, exemption for quarantine, and we will give you a letter saying that your child requires treatment urgently, and you will not be stopped at the airport. We are there to assist you, and you will be picked up at the airport. Before you arrive or before you leave, you need to do your COVID testing to ensure that you don't get stopped at the airport. Gabe is asking, can escorter do the new therapy? Yes, absolutely. The escorter or the caretakers can do all the integrated therapies. You're most welcome to do that, yes. How much is the cost for stem cell therapy for cerebral palsy? And if you come from Kenya, it takes 7 days for the procedure to reduce after stem cell therapy. About the cost, one of the coordinators will get in touch with you. Yes, 7 days minimum, Sunday to Saturday for the treatment. The stem cell therapy is not a treatment for seizures. In fact, seizures may get stimulated after the stem cell therapy, a small chance, but medications can be optimized to reduce the seizures. And we have been able to do that for many, many children. Can even does eyesight and hearing improve after stem cell therapy if hearing and eyesight is weak? No, if the eyesight and hearing is because of ear and eye problem, stem cell therapy currently will not be able to help it, Fatima. If the eyesight weakness is because of brain issue, which is known as cortical visual impairment, then stem cell therapy for brain could help. How many HBOT are ideal for an autistic child? The general recommendation is minimum of 20 and up to 40 in one stretch. That would be the optimum. Zohair, 13-year-old child from Tunisia. Yes, please do get in touch with us and we will discuss more in detail. Focus. Is it possible to have separate online meeting to assess progress of my child? Yes, definitely. Focus. Zohair, we don't have an institute in Morocco. No, we don't have an institute in Morocco as of now. Can Escorter do new therapy? Yes, Gabe, Escorter can do new therapy. Can you provide stem cell therapy plus integrated as one package for interested patient? Yes, of course, we do that. We do integrated therapy along with stem cell and rehabilitation, yes. The family will get COVID test, but does the child have to get COVID test done too? Apurva, I think as per the latest norm, less than 7 years need not get COVID test done while traveling. But once the child is here, for the child's safety as well as everybody else that we have admitted, we would get a test done, at least an antigen, COVID antigen test done for the child. This is for everybody's, for your peace of mind and for everybody else, because children normally do not wear a mask, and for their protection we need to ensure everybody who is dealing with the children uh, should be negative, and so should a child. Neera, if we travel from abroad, how can you help us in providing letter which may help us non-quarantine? Yes, Neera, we can. Is it Neerja? Yes. Of course, we will provide a letter. We do provide a letter to everybody, which will ensure that you don't get quarantined at the airport. If you have a medical visa, we can assure you that. What number of weeks package we need to get 40 HBOT? There are 1 week, 10 week, 2 week for integrated. As for 40 sessions, ideally you need to stay for 40 days. It can be reduced to after 1 week stem cell procedure and rehabilitation. If you do HBOT twice a day, then you may reduce the stay to about 30 days, I feel. So at least 3 to 4 weeks. I hope I've answered. If I missed any questions, please do repeat it. I'm planning to stay at Neurogen for 4 weeks. Okay, so yeah, we, once you come, we can discuss that. Can I ask how much does it cost to have therapy in India? Yes, Mr. Zohair, one of my colleagues will get in touch with you. Would gut cleansing and detox bring out most after SCT procedure if done prior to SCT? Gut cleansing and detox in children is only enema and rectal ozone. In children, we as of now we can't do colon hydrotherapy. Uh, post we So far we have done stem cell followed by rehab and hyperbaric and ozone therapy, which seems to be working beautifully. uh, you could, if you want to, do earlier also if you have provision to stay earlier, but either way works. Our experience so far has been with stem cell followed by rehabilitation and integrative therapy and basically HBOT and ozone all put together. You could do HBOT and ozone before as well. Roderick, I live in Canada. I'm facing a visa problem. It is not easy to find a doctor that will sign a form of visa form, request opinion of doctor here in Canada to let my follow therapy in India. Can you people contact in embassy in Ottawa so that yes, Mr. Roderick, we can do that, and let me try this out. And can you write this name, Mr. कब आएगा? So I will ensure that we find some contact in the Indian embassy and get help for you. Again, yes, there is arrangement for people who want to stay for more than 7 days. Please get in touch with your coordinator, and or someone will get in touch with you by tomorrow. Neera, I have a last question. Can you repeat what you said about the speech for my son, 4 years old? If he does stem cell therapy, will it come? We have seen in younger children who are young, younger, speech is definitely possible. It will happen. How much time it takes is different. Some children have been able to get speech within, after the first treatment itself, within 3 to 6 months. In some, it takes a year or year and a half. In a 4-year-old child, yes, it is possible. However, the other things will improve first, that is understanding, learning, comprehension, ability to socialize, to be able to respond to external stimulus, oromotor, tongue movement, lip movement, chewing. This needs to improve, and then speech will come. So speech will definitely improve. But it may not be the first improvement that you see. Can stem cell therapy eventually lead to total cure? If not, are there scientific researches being made to find a total cure? Sharon, if you mean autism, see, I don't like to always use the word cure with neurological condition, especially autism. The aim is to make an individual functionally independent, to be able to lead an independent life, and that is definitely possible. We have had children who have lost the diagnosis of autism, as far as the clinical assessments are done, are independent, are able to have a good academic life. So yes, it is possible, and it would be a comprehensive thing. It will not be only stem cell therapy. Stem cell therapy will assist in going in that direction. It has to be stem cell with rehabilitation, with possible medications, with other therapies together. So it will have to be a cohesive, comprehensive treatment. Can we use TRS before stem cell therapy? If you are already using it, you can, but stop it a couple of weeks before. But if you have not used it, hang on, don't do it. Okay, does Neurogen extra charge for extra stay? Yes, it does. I mean, total cure for autism. Sharon, I understood, and I think I replied to your question. Manmeet, hello ma'am, my specialty pediatric nursing, doing PhD, so like to take my research topic upon stem cell therapy, Newton. Manmeet, please do email us. You can email me at Dr. Nandini .g@neurogenbsi.com or contact@neurogenbsi.com. Please do get in touch with us and we will discuss further. Yes, Roderick, we will get in touch with you from Canada. Nemville, how many stem cell therapy procedure does a child age 7 years have to undergo before he or she gains completely? It depends on the severity of the condition, whether child is mild, moderate, or severe. So when you come to us, we will evaluate completely and we will discuss a treatment plan based on the severity of the condition. Questions immediate मिलेंगे. So something else. Thanks a lot for good presentation. I will contact you. I have a lot of issues, please. Yes, Agib, please do contact us and we'll be happy to help. I hope you've understood the basics of the treatment and we will help you with the specifics. Don't worry. Email ID with contact with me. Thank you, Roderick. I will ensure that you get help. So I will be signing off now. Any questions? Please do send an email. 1 week plus 3 week is good for 40. Mr. Ranga, we will get in touch with you one on one and we will decide. Okay, I will give you a treatment plan. Don't worry. Okay, Frederick, what is the approach for patient with POTS? Currently, your anti-TB, first the anti-TB treatment has to be completed. The patient has to be completely tuberculosis free, and then we can treat the spinal injury or the spinal cord deficit. So first, let the patient get treated completely. We cannot do the treatment during acute infection. Should I wait for? Mr. Nambil, you will get an email and someone will get in touch with you about the cost. So I'm logging off now. Thank you for all the discussion and for the questions and patient hearing. Please do get in touch with us for a one-on-one consultation, virtual consultation free of cost.